We're here at eRetail Europe 2016 with Geoff Scully from Shop Direct. You've been around for quite a long time, and you were in the direct business, from heads on, but you've changed into a digital business now, right?
That's true. We used to be a catalogue business, and we used to send out a couple of million books to our customers every year. Business was very ingrained in paper and everything that you need to do to create a catalogue and send them out a couple of times a year to a customer. And as we went through a transformation into online, that's where all the hard work and heavy lifting took place, because there was a massive mindset shift required, and that required leadership. And so it really meant that our people had to come along the journey, but more importantly, we had to take our people on the journey.
Yeah, so how do you do that? Because that's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge, and how we started was by training our senior people from the point of view of leadership training, and we've all done leadership training where you go to a module and it's fantastic, and for the next 3 days you're full of great ideas, and then you forget about it and you revert to be as business as usual. So what we did differently, I think, was that we really made sure that at the very top, those values that we were preaching were lived from the very top. And we made sure that we embedded these new behaviors into our business by repetition. And by doing that, what you find is your teams change slightly. So some people move on, some people develop, and some people learn new things. And where we are now is that we have a really engaged team of leaders, but also a really engaged office colleagues and management who are all going in the same direction, and it's a great thing to see. And when we look at our trading pack, we can now see the impact of all that great work in our numbers.
Because a lot of companies choose different solution, that they just hire like an e-commerce crack, and then he's going to head the department and move forward. So, and you changed, well, from what I hear from you, you changed the company itself and the people itself. Isn't that the hard way?
It is the hard way, but what you can often find if you do it the other way is you can still end up with a silo mentality. So what we wanted to do was to make sure that we were all on the same page. So we hired an e-com guy, but we hired an e-com guy who we felt was the right fit for the team. So not only did they have to be proficient in e-commerce and be an expert, they needed to have the mental agility and the emotional intelligence to be able to develop as a person and with the business. And so every time particularly with a senior hire, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who is a fit, who is mentally able to go along a journey with us and be honest with themselves.
And if you're hiring people now, what do you look for?
Well, I look for just that. Clearly, you need specific skill sets, and there are certain roles where you need a level of expertise and qualification. But beyond that, I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people who are comfortable within themselves, are experienced, and who are willing to be agile and to iterate, just like we do as a business.
And how did you deal with sort of people that couldn't follow that pace?
So with the people that couldn't follow the pace, we did everything we could to help them to develop. We tried different methods. Some modules suited them better than others. Some of them probably didn't have the ability to face up to maybe their demons. And so what you found is actually a lot of natural attrition. So when it wasn't working for people, they tended to move on. And then one or two, I had to make some tough decisions. And I'm glad to say I didn't have to make too many of those decisions. And then you backfill them with people who are probably a better fit.
And over time, in that whole transition, what do you think was your best decision?
My best decision would have been around the few individuals that I did have to make a hard decision about. And what I found then was once they moved on and I replaced them with people who were better fits, we took off. We absolutely took off. So the mindset and is as one amongst the team now. Everybody's on the same page. And yes, it was definitely around people, moving people on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.